Hello everybody, today we're going to do some learning. Today we're going to find out what it takes to have the best looking Corvette fitment. I see your questions in a lot of the comments. The people want to know what the wheel setup is. And I'm a man of the people. Instead of replying to every single comment, I decided to just make a video about it. But when I was making the video, I realized that I didn't know what the wheel setup was myself. What a dumbass. So today I'm gonna learn, you're gonna learn, and we're gonna find out. So initially when I saw the car, I just thought it had a really good wheel setup that came from the factory, but I come to find out that's not the case. It's actually a very special recipe that it takes to make the car look this delicious. And I wanna break it down for you because I want you to be able to recreate this recipe for your Corvette. That's right, here at Pushing Gears, we don't gatekeep mods. Who's some real motherfuckers in the car scene. We're trying to help you out. We're trying to make your car look as good as this one. So there are three main secrets that make up the wheel fitment. And I'm gonna reveal those three things throughout the video. And this is some super sensitive, exclusive, classified information that not even the CIA has access to. And I'm gonna be revealing it to you for free. All you gotta do is watch till the end, and this could be yours. Now I'm gonna lean on my car because I bought it and it's mine. I'm even gonna go as far as putting this cup of coffee on top of the paint, and the car's not gonna get destroyed. How amazing is the Corvette? Now, the first thing I wanna mention is the ride height. As you can see from the factory, the Corvettes are pretty low to the ground, but the best thing is that how the suspension is designed, it actually uses leaf springs across the front of the car and the rear. And on those leaf springs, there's an adjustment that you can dial in to either make the height of the car go up, giving it more cushion, or making the car lower and making the suspension stiffer. Right now, the car is at the lowest setting, and as you can see, it's at a great height. There was actually a video that never came out where I was trying to see how low I could make the car with those adjustments, but it was a fail because it was already maxed out. So on your Corvette, the first thing you want to do is you want to turn those adjustments all the way down, get it nice and low to the ground. I used to have an 84 Firebird. It was completely clapped out, and I remember one day my brother helped me plastic dip my wheels. And this car had some, I think it was 15-inch IROC wheels. So we plastic dipped the hell out of them, and man, I thought it was hot shit. I thought I had the best wheel fitment ever. I honestly thought it looked so good, but man, the fitment was so crappy. The tires looked like pizza cutters that were only 175 thick. Tires from Pep Boys. Came a long way. Turned that Firebird to a Corvette. Times are different. I guess you can say I bossed up, so let's talk about the wheels now. Now GM has taken a lot of L's, just like a lot of us, right? Is it just me? I think my mom was right. But anyways, one thing GM is really good at is making some good looking OEM wheels. And that's right, these are OEM wheels. So let's talk about them. So I actually thought that these wheels came standard with the Grand Sport. And it turns out these are Grand Sport wheels. They have different names. They call them the Cup wheels, Centennial Edition wheels. They come in C6s, but they're also referred as C7 Grand Sport wheels. Now they do make these wheels for the base models, but this wheel setup is exclusive to the Grand Sport, the C06 and the CR1, either C6 or C7. If you try to put one of these on a base model, chances are they're not gonna fit. So in the front, you have a 19 by 10 inch wheel. In the rear, it's 20 by 12. I believe if you get the ones from the base model, it's 19 in the front and 19 in the back. The offset's gonna be different. So these wheels are obviously gonna be a little bit different to match the lines of the body. In the front of the car, I do have some 295 3019 wheels. In the rear, it's a different story. I got some 335 2520s. These are some thick tires, some Texas sized tires. With great fitment comes great responsibility. These tires are super expensive. They're about an eye and a liver to purchase just the rear wheels. And you may be asking yourself, do they come with the tire machine? Do they install themselves? And no, these tires are just freaking expensive. Just those rear tires alone, they're the price of what I paid for my 84 Firebird when I was 16. As you can see, that's the reason why they're still bald. Alright, so now what's the point of telling you the wheel setup if I'm not gonna tell you where to buy them? And I'm not sponsored. You can find these wheels on eBay, you can find them on the marketplace. Anywhere you look, I'm sure you're gonna be able to find them. The easiest way to find them was at this website called Corvette Garage. They have the 19 by 10 and the 20 by 12. And like I said, I'm not sponsored, but even if I was, you shouldn't be tripping, because at the end of the day, we're all here just trying to get the bag. I'm a bag chaser, so don't be surprised if you see me advertising some Temu bullshit. I'm just trying to catch the bag so I can buy these tires. I'm just kidding, guys. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm gonna tell you secret number 3, and that's gonna be ground effects. As you can see, this car has carbon fiber ground effects all around. You got a rear splitter, you got side skirts, you got a lip. So these are necessary to make the car look lower to the ground without having to be slammed. And lower is always better. It looks better, it's cooler, and it's got better personality. It fills up the gap between the ground to the body of the car without having to worry about scraping everywhere. And even though I did scrape this morning when I went into the coffee shop, and yes, I did say coffee shop. After all, I am from Cali. But you gotta be careful where you put your tip because you might damage it. This morning I did mess up my splitter when I was getting out of the driveway. Now I'm gonna give you a bonus point that you may have not considered for your Corvette. So the reason why these wheels look really good in the car is because of the contrast. So what I recommend is that you find a wheel that contrasts the color of your car. In my car, the black and the silver are a great combination because with the silver, you can see all the finer details within the wheel. Because when you step away, you see the silver outline of the wheel and then you see the black of the car. So the tire and the shadows blend together and it just makes the wheel look like it's a lot larger than it is. In my opinion, the silver wheels make it look a lot more high-end, and I do like black wheels, but what I've noticed, every time I see a Corvette that I really like, it has lighter shade wheels. And I believe they just go better with the Corvette. And also, besides the contrast, take a look at this. See this little flare on the rear fender? You see how it makes the car look a lot thicker? This is what you get when you buy a Grand Sport, a C06 or a CR1. That little bit more thickness does make the wheel setup look a lot better. And I know you might be saying, there's still a lot of gap in between the tire and the fender. But my tires are really worn out, like I said before. And also, it doesn't bother me because when you walk away, the wheel setup looks just right and you don't have to worry about scraping. And before you say, oh shit, you already said the 3 points, that's all there is to it, I'm gonna click off the video. I actually saved a little secret for you guys, the real ones, the ones that watch all the way till the end. I have a cookie for you as a reward. I'm gonna tell you my dirty little secret, and that's gonna be wheel spacers. Now, like I said before, I'm still learning about this setup, so I actually don't know what type of spacers I have on my car. It's getting really hot, so let's go to the garage and let's measure these spacers. We're gonna use some high-tech instruments to measure the thickness of the spacer. This is tire thread gauge. I think this is gonna be just what we need to measure the spacers without completely taking them off, so let's give this a try. This is gonna work just fine. About 6 millimeters in the front. Let's check out the back ones. Alright, so in the rear of the car I got close to 16 millimeters, and I'm gonna convert both measurements for my American viewers and for my Celsius loving peasants. So for the front, we got 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters. And for the rear ones, it was 5/8 or 16 millimeters. Now you know which ones to order. So that's it. That was my recipe. I started off with 1 cup of having the car being as low to the ground as possible, a tablespoon of OEM cup wheels, a thick layer of nice thick rubber, a slice of ground effects and contrast, and to top it all off, some spacers to make the wheel just fit perfectly. Thanks for learning with me. I know it was a lot to take in, but now you know how to make your Corvette look like a Bugatti. You definitely gain a lot of knowledge through this video, and I can see a few wrinkles starting to grow in your smooth brain.
Oh yeah, look at that fitment.
Oh boy.